Come let we lime, come let we vibe, lime vibe. Lime vibe.
Good night, everybody, and welcome once again to another LimeVibe Live podcast. I'm your host, Yori Araman Kemp, the great one, Yori Araman Kemp, along with my co-host. She's back tonight. Miss Kimberly Ramkalawan from Trinidad and Tobago. How you doing tonight, Kimberly?
I am there. I'm trying to do my best. You know, everyone knows that I've been under the weather for some time now, but I'm trying to hold it together.
Yes. That's good. Glad to have you with us, Kim. You're a real brave trooper. I gotta say that. You're a real brave trooper. I love the way that you've stuck with us. So yes, my dear. So but before we go on, I just want to tell everybody, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook pages. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook pages, LimeVibe77. That's LimeVibe77 on YouTube and Facebook. Please, it really helps us to get our message out there. It really helps to share this content about what we're doing down here in the Caribbean and how we see the rest of the world. And also, there is a donate link in the same description. So if you go to the description, you see a donate link. And please, anything that's been in your heart to give us at LimeVibe, we appreciate it greatly. It really helps us to build our profile. It really helps us to keep the podcast going. So please, if you have a chance, just donate something for us. Now, we'd be greatly appreciated for that. So Kimberly, what's been going on with you in Trinidad?
I have to start off tonight with wishing all Caribbean community happy CARICOM Day. You know, CARICOM, the Caribbean community, turns 50 this year, and Trinidad and Tobago is playing host to the celebrations, all because the Treaty of the Chaguaramas was signed here, right, in Trinidad and Tobago 50 years ago, 1973.
Yes.
And while Dominica is the chairman, Dominica takes over the chair role, and they were carded to actually host. Trinidad and Tobago decided we needed to keep with history. It's an important milestone to them. And downtown Port of Spain right now is buzzing with activity.
Yes.
All the CARICOM heads are here, and we have a special guest from the United Nations, Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
Yes. And also, I understand that the Commonwealth Secretary General, Patricia Scotland, she's going to be into the CARICOM meetings as well. In addition to that, the Prime Minister from South Korea is going to be there for the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting as well. So there's a whole star-studded cast of world leaders that's going to descend upon Trinidad for this CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. Aren't you excited, Kim? You're right in the thick of it.
Secretary of State to the United States, Secretary Blinken.
Yes, he's going to be there as well. So yes, it's a big affair. It's a big affair. So you're going to talk our Vice President with your Secretary Blinken. So yes, it's a big event. How do you feel? You feel excited about it, Kim? There's a lot of buzz in the air over there.
It is quite exciting. Last year, I would have covered this in Suriname, where there was a similar hype and activity. United Nations was there, representatives from Saudi Arabia. We saw representatives from Japan. The Commonwealth Secretary General didn't come. I know she was here in Trinidad just about 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sure if she's probably joining in personally. I think she would more than likely log in virtually and listen in.
Oh,
and
wow. I just got a press release saying that she's going to be there.
She's going to be present. Okay.
Yeah, I got a press release from the Commonwealth Secretary that said she's going to be there. So, I mean, unless they lied to her, I don't know.
Sure. I didn't see that confirmed yet. I did not recognize her in the crowd today. But I did notice the United Nations Secretary General, his keynote message was most important. Obviously, he actually comes here from Haiti. So his trip to Trinidad and Tobago actually comes on the heels of visiting Haiti, where he is actually, he's calling for support from police, where he's saying there must be democratic solutions first, and we need to advance cooperation on every front before we champion a cause. Obviously, he's calling for police support, but mostly, you know, there must be a democratic solution first and foremost before any other support is rallied around Haiti.
Yes, and I hope he realizes there's a need to actually try to organize that outside of the Haitian nationals that are on the ground there. Because did you hear that right after it was announced in Jamaica that they were going to put together this tripartite leadership head between the former Prime Minister of the Bahamas, former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, and the former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Perry Christie from the Bahamas, Kenny Anthony from St. Lucia, and Bruce Golding from Jamaica, that the embassy in Haiti, the Jamaican embassy in Haiti, was actually assaulted, right? Did you hear that?
No, I did not. I was not aware of that. I was not
Yeah,
made.
yeah. So the Haitians are already revolting against this idea of outside leadership. So they have to go in there with a real hard hand. They have to go in there and really set some rules down. They have to let people know that this is what we're going to do moving forward. And that's why I say, they have to get rid of Ariel Henry right off the bat. They have to push him on the sideline. And they just have to, because he's not going to let them, run Haiti. He's not going to let them be comfortable there. And he's not going to let that tripartite CARICOM leadership sit there. So they have to get rid of him. I mean, that sounds kind of cold and harsh, right? But they have to put him to the sideline immediately.
I'm not sure what is the exact solution for Haiti right now.
Mm.
If these kinds of attacks are happening outside of Haiti and in Jamaica, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. It was a Jamaican embassy in Haiti. That was it was attacked. It came under attack 2 weeks ago. Right after that same meeting, that stakeholders meeting in Jamaica. It happened right after that.
It's really sad that something like that is happening, because it's the country needs as much help as possible.
Yes, it does. It does.
Outsiders coming in, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to do anything so harmful and disastrous and like a coup or something. Not a coup. It's not even a coup. Or even put in curfews or anything like that. They're actually trying to bring some sort of order.
Yes.
To your nation.
But they don't see that though. The Haitians on the ground don't see it. They killed their own president, didn't they?
They did.
And they protested against several presidents before in the past. So they don't understand these democratic institutions. They don't stand that structure. That's why it's going to be. We have to stand behind our tripartite leadership that's going there to set up the administration there in Haiti. We have to stand behind them 100% because it depends on them. Everything is riding on them. We have to give them our support.
Indeed. But the UNSG being here just speaks to how important the Caribbean community stands to the global village, I would say.
Yes.
We are seeing these important heads visiting our meetings or regional meetings, and we've seen that trend over the past few years. I'm not sure if it's the Mia Motley effect, especially post the Bridgetown Initiative.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a mix of that and Kamala Harris as well too. I think it's a mix of all of that. And then don't forget, this climate change thing has really gone viral. People can't forget Hurricane Dorian, Hurricane Maria, and Hurricane Irma. I mean, those countries and those islands were devastated, Kim. I mean, everyone looks at us with sympathy, and everyone wants to do something about it. Everyone wants to pledge support and help. So it's good that they're coming. It's good that they're seeing that these islands need help, because it shows they have a heart. Because who would have thought that the Prime Minister of South Korea would be so interested in the CARICOM meeting? Who would have thought?
Exactly. They being here speaks volumes, I think. It also speaks, and I've said this on numerous occasions, where the Caribbean community has been one of the longest unions out in the developing world for the longest while. We mark 50 years this year.
Yes.
Also speaks to the number of votes needed that a lot of international agencies would require support. Mm-hmm. These countries coming in and visiting and sitting in CARICOM meetings is testament that they are in need of support at the international front. Mm-hmm. And we have how many member states? 12 and 5 associate states, not so?
Yep.
And it speaks to those 17 those 17 leaders having a voice by way of votes, proxy at these international events. When you have business conferences, when the G20s come up and they're making those big decisions, they go, those G20 always filter down to the other smaller meetings.
Yes, exactly. And those votes count. All those votes count, Kim. They all count.
And Mia Motley has really shaken up the world in the sense that she has challenged the Bretton Woods system, and I see Antonio Guterres coming behind her for that. Mm-hmm. And it was two of his main points tonight. Also, besides tackling, his mission is really tackling the climate emergencies. And to him, what he said tonight at the opening ceremony to our CARICOM leaders was that there are two actions needed on the front. Mm-hmm. One being financials and the attacking of the global financial system, which speaks to the whole Bretton Woods, the whole accessing special reserves by developing countries.
Mhm.
Also having dealing with the debt situation for these countries as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
He's looking at that. But his second thing, and this is something new that I'm hearing from him, is that he has called for a climate solidarity pact.
Hmm.
Now, last week we would have seen them, and 2 weeks ago we would have seen them in Paris, I believe, where they would have spoken to these things.
Mhm.
This climate solidarity pact, he is I liken it to the Bridgetown Initiative. We're going after the hard-hitting countries that
Mhm.
have been producing these carbon emissions.
Mhm.
Apart from putting a cap on your carbon emissions, he's giving countries up to 2040, the developed nations, to reduce your levels, while developing economies like ours up to 2050.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
he also made note that carbon countries have been doing quite a good bit, and you
Yeah.
can't understate that.
Mhm.
With whatever little resources they have been putting up quite a defense,
Mhm.
and they have been speaking their voices. They've been letting their voices be heard on the international scale. That whatever you all are doing is affecting us, and it's
Mhm.
only so much that we can do to protect our small island developing states.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Like I say, everyone remembers Dorian, everyone remembers Miri and Irma. Everyone remembers these hurricanes and how these islands were devastated, Kim. I mean, you have to be a real cold-hearted person not to remember these things happening to these islands. You have to be a really cold-hearted person not to feel that in your heart, to see how these countries were devastated and not to want to stand up and do something about it. You have to be really, really cold and hard, man. But anyway, Kim, so you guys having fun over there, right?
It's quite a good bit. Tomorrow is the actual official CARICOM day,
Yeah.
and actually
Like
going
what?
to Chaguaramas where it's where the signing actually took place back
Mhm.
in 1973. We also was it 1973 and 1956 when they did the West Indian Federation with
Mhm.
those prime ministers. Did
Yeah,
that?
that union that failed. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was a good attempt, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that we made 50 years. And also here in the Bahamas, our 50th independence is going to be July 10th. So it all happens at the same time. But you know something, Kim? It's so funny that I was watching some things, some comments online. Everyone was wondering how come that the CARICOM independence, the CARICOM Day, is on the same day as the American independence, and everyone was wondering why it's happened like that. I mean, July 4th is just a day. I mean, why couldn't it be? You know, they think it's
Exactly.
conspiratorial. They think
I
it's
mean,
conspiratorial that the United States really celebrate that. But no, I mean, they picked the day, they picked the damn day. You know.
I think so. To me, the Caribbean was not really considering America back then and their holidays,
Exactly.
right? When they came together and they signed this treaty.
Yeah, and the Caribbean wasn't in the Americans' consideration for them to influence us to put our CARICOM Day on July 4th. So I mean, get over yourself, you know.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, yeah. Former United States Secretary of State, I forgot his name, but this is when I was reading my political history, said that the entire Latin America could fall off the world and the United States would not miss a beat. That means they're not trading partners at all. At any given point in time, they don't consider us in Latin America to any great extent. We're not huge trading partners, so Latin
Mm.
America could fall off the planet and the United States would be fine. And I agree with that. You know, it's true because they have trading partners with Europe and with Asia now. So there's no need for Latin America and the Caribbean. So if anything they
That's
do
really
for us,
sad. The thing is, a lot of their imports and a lot of our import bills, a lot
Mhm.
of their exports comes to us, and a
Yeah,
lot of our import bills, is from American goods.
I know, but compared to their other larger markets, we're like a drop in the bucket. You know,
But
when
when
they
I
said things like Caribbean Basin Initiative, that's for our benefit. You know, I mean, when you really look at it, that's for our benefit. We look at it with a side that they're trying to take over these countries. Really, really, get over yourself, man. Get over yourself. If United States wanted to take over the Caribbean, which they already have anyway, they wouldn't need to put up a Caribbean Basin Initiative to set a trap for us. You know, we think too much of ourselves. You know, I mean, we have this narcissistic kind of grandiose idea of what we should be in the whole pecking order. Yes, we are important in terms of the climate change, but don't forget we're very small and we're very insignificant compared to the United States and China and Europe. So please watch your step. So United States doesn't have to find anything around the Caribbean. when they want to, they'll come and they'll switch every last particular prime minister or president inside the Caribbean and Latin America on the same year. So just be careful, you know, because we're not that important.
I think that, I mean, we have the oil and gas industry here in Trinidad.
Hmm.
We might be a small share, but
Mm.
it do depend on us and they get a good quite of revenue from us. A
Mm.
lot of our oil and gas, I'm not just talking about our refineries and, you know, the sale of energy.
Mm.
When I look at the service sector,
Mm.
a lot of our service sector relies on the United States, and it is some sort of income to their countries,
Yeah.
to America. These big products. I mean, we might look like a small piece of the pie, but we still are something that you have decided to set up business and some kind of offices here in Trinidad.
Yeah.
And now you're
No,
going to Guyana. Everyone's eyeing Guyana as well.
yeah. No doubt. If it all disappears tomorrow, they wouldn't miss it. They wouldn't skip a beat.
They won't skip a beat.
Yeah, they wouldn't skip a beat. If all disappears tomorrow, they'll find someone else. Yeah, I mean, while it may be significant to a few businessmen down there in South Florida, compared to the grand scheme of things, they'll be okay. They'll be
I
okay.
guess. Yeah, they will, sure.
Yeah.
Never underestimate your small fries.
No, I see a small fry. That's true. The small fry tastes the same as the big fries with enough salt in it, right?
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about the UNSG, and well, you know, Trinidad and Tobago has its representative, Dennis Francis.
Hmm.
He was, you know, assuming the role as permanent representative of Trinidad and Tobago there. So he also made mention of him. He made some note that he could probably be the next SG as well. I'm not sure.
Really?
So when I heard that, I wanted to make sure that my ears heard correct.
Oh boy.
So, like, okay.
So they're firing Carla Bonnet already?
No, the next SG at the United Nations.
Oh, he has big plans. Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm wondering, you know, it's like, did I hear correct, Dennis France? All
He
right.
has big plans, yeah. You know, I can imagine the kind of scrutiny that comes with that position, you know.
Yeah.
That isn't something that you could just walk straight in and be that, you know. You have to be prepped from birth for that, really.
I think so too. Antonio Guterres is a former president of Portugal. So he is quite versed in politics and Europe, and being part of Europe gives you that experience and exposure to a lot of big politics.
Yes.
And a big country like Portugal. So you have some sort of understanding of how things work and operate, function. I guess ascending to SG at United Nations was something in his career line probably a long time.
Yeah, from Jump Street, right? Just like you read about the remember former Secretary General Kofi Annan, may he rest in peace. His rise to the Secretary General's position. Apparently, he finished college and he had a short stint at the UN. They just ushered him straight up the ranks. I mean, they picked him and he just went straight to. He was a clean, spotless African, and they wanted to promote somebody up there. So he had no track record. He was relatively green. They pushed him into the position. You know,
I think he was truly a diplomat.
Yeah, at heart. Yep.
He was always present.
Yeah, a spotless record, clean cut guy, man, decent guy. One of the better secretary generals, I think.
I think so as well.
Even though they tarnished him with the war in Iraq, you know, he was pretty much good at his job, man. He kept the world at peace to some extent, even throughout that turmoil with the war in Iraq. Yeah, he did a fairly good job for them, trying to emasculate him on a grand scale. You know, you were saying something else, Kim?
No, I was just listening to you.
Oh, listen to my rant. Oh yeah, my rant for Kofi Annan.
Yeah, you know, to me, he went too soon. I think he was a recipient of a Nobel Prize, wasn't he? At one point.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Prize.
And
But he was one that you would listen to.
Yes. Born in 1938, so he was pretty old. So that would make him probably what? 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018.
That's what 90.
Yeah, but no, but 80,
80? That's 80.
85, 86. He would have been 86 years old today.
86.
86.
Oh, he would have been 86 years. Yeah, he went rather young.
Yeah.
I mean, Ban Ki-moon came after him, but I
Yeah.
don't think it was hard-hitting or effective. I'm not sure if it's probably a bias thing with,
He
Asian.
straddled the fence, man. He straddled the fence. He didn't get into anything controversial,
No, he just remained right there.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing Antonio Guterres taking the Caribbean, on his shoulders. And I really appreciate that, because
Yeah.
he's the one that has been supporting Mia Motley in her fight. He's the reason they had their meeting in Paris a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the audience of the World Bank and the IMF.
Mhm.
So that was very interesting.
Yeah.
What really astonished me today was him knowing the words to rally around the West Indies. Him bringing his greetings. He mentioned the lyrics of Rally Around the West Indies, which is a popular David Rudder song that is usually sung when we're playing cricket, right? And we really want to support our team. And he
knows
said,
more about the West Indies than I do. Rally Around the West Indies. I didn't even know that song, Kim.
well, that's a David Rudder song. Remember, David Rudder is our guy.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Let's play a little bit for in honor of David Rudder and Antonio Gutierrez. Let's play a bit of that. Let's get that rock and roll. 1 second. Let me
Rally
get
around the CARICOM.
it up. Rally Around the West Indies.
Rally around the CARICOM.
Let's play a little bit. Share some audio.
That's a song that's usually played at the start of every West Indies game.
Yeah.
No noble thoughts brought us here to this region, but through it all,
You hear it?
we have risen above. Through our flannel nights, flashing their willow and leather, these keepers of the flame must feel our undying love. This Caribbean nation is rising fast. A sunbeam
national
cutting
anthem now.
through a clouded path.
That should be the national anthem of the Caribbean, I think, man. You think so?
It's the West Indies cricket team's real it's really the West Indies cricket team's
Mhm.
anthem. So whenever we're listening to, whenever we're watching a game, that's what comes to mind.
David Rudder. He's 70 years old too, actually.
Yeah, he was actually diagnosed with Parkinson's disease
Oh yeah.
this year. Just before he had his birthday celebration and his last concert, he said he made the announcement.
Yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That happened, yeah. God bless David Rudder for giving us that anthem.
Yes, he gave us that song. We have some other songs talking about the West Indies Federation. Black Stallion, he died this year as well.
Mhm.
Was it this year he died? And he also sang a song for CARICOM.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with that song.
Oh, what's the song?
He speaks about it.
Black Stallion.
Black Stallion. Stallion, Caribbean Man. Have you ever heard the Caribbean Man? Listen to it.
Caribbean Man. Black Stallion. Caribbean Man.
Stallion. STALN.
Stallion. Yeah, Black Stallion. Black Stallion. I play it right now. Yeah, Caribbean Man. Caribbean Unity.
Yes.
Let's play a bit of that too. Then it has jummy rhythm to it. I remember this. I just didn't remember the.
You try with a federation, the whole thing end in confusion. CARICOM and then CARIFTA, but somehow a spelling disaster. Mr. West Indian politician, I mean you went to a big institution, and how come you can't unite 7 million? When a West Indian unity, I know it's very easy. If you only rap to your people and tell them like me, them is one race, from the same place. that make the same trip on the same ship. So we must push one common intention. For a better
Right.
life in the region.
Now probably get cut off for copyright infringement. Because they would do that to us. They would block the show for copyright infringement if you do any more of that, Kim.
Yeah, I understand, but you get the gist of it. And it was speaking to our region and our leaders and doing something for it together.
That's good, man. That's excellent, Jay. So you guys are having fun over there in Trinidad, man, for this 50th year.
Yeah, I remember 10 years ago when I actually covered it. We actually hosted it in 2013. Kamala Prasad was prime minister at the time, and Black Stalin was present, and he actually performed that song first.
Really?
It's part of the cultural bit of the opening ceremony.
Okay.
So he sang his songs. Obviously, we know the Black Man Come Out to Party. That is one song that always gets us partying here in Trinidad and dancing. When you
he died last year, December.
Yes, it was. I couldn't remember if it was December or if it was January, because I remember covering his funeral in Trinidad.
Yeah, December 28th. He died the last few days of December 2002.
Yeah, so because his funeral was in January, that's why I thought it was this year.
Okay. Yeah. May you rest in peace.
Yeah. So he was one of our proud Calypsonians. His music transcends generations. You listen to his music. I don't think we have calypsos like that tells a story and has you laughing and has you dancing at the same time.
No, that era is over, Kim. That era is over, man.
Memorize history a little bit, teaches you something.
Everything is vulgar now, and so
Apart from vulgar, everything has gotten so political that tasteful. And we have the argument right now in TUCO or Trinbago Unified Calypsonians organization. A lot of people aren't coming out to Calypso tents anymore here in Trinidad because we think that the Calypsos have gotten too political in the sense that you want to sing something because of your political affiliations or beliefs. And because you're saying something like that, it's not just offending anyone, but it's gotten so vulgar, so rude against the opposing political party that you're against. Recording things. Calypsos have been our form of storytelling. It's part of our oral tradition in the Caribbean that people can actually go back to each year and listen to the calypsos of that year, and you can get a picture painted as to what was happening at the time in the region, in the world, in that particular country.
But you want to hear something, Kim? The entire world is getting angry and getting more anxious, because I was at a Free Caribbean concert on Saturday, and they had a music competition. And the guy who came out first, I mean, his song was good, but it had such a hard, kind of slow, kind of hard rhythm to it. Like, it wasn't upbeat. It wasn't lively. Like, he needed to put some pep into it. But it was a good song. It was a good song. But it just goes to show you how our artists are being affected by what's being going on around them. If they don't have anything nice to cheer about, be happy about, they're not going to produce good music. And so that's a sign of our society, They need to feel good about themselves, create good music. Even with
I think it's been the last 20 years.
Yeah, for a while. You just see this decline in the overall pep in our step, the overall upbeat outlook of how we feel about our islands and our countries. It's been going downhill for at least about the past 20 years, man. And you see it every year. Every year, the rhythms change, the lyrics change, the beat gets slower, it gets more harder. It's getting grungier. I'm glad you mentioned that because I've noticed that as well too.
And it's not something that you're going to say, okay, I'm going to buy a record. I'm going to buy that. Because long ago, our grandparents would buy Calypso records and keep them. And it would be something that you play at a party, at your family gathering. Now, I'm not going to buy that. Yeah, you won Dimash Gras. Yes, you won. But I'm not going to even remember that song next week, next month.
Exactly.
I can't follow the lyrics because all you put a tune. It's not even a melody.
No.
It's some lyrics that don't even match.
Exactly. And it's so sad. It puts you in a different place, doesn't it though, Kim? It doesn't make you happy. It puts you in like it's drill music, like you want to drive around and kill somebody, man. My goodness, man, be happy. Be happy.
And it's sad. I would say that about Calypso right now, sadly, in Trinidad. It's the demise of the industry. Even people in the industry have spoken about it, but no one seems to be listening. And this is the way you want to continue because you want to sing to the tune of someone's pocket so you can win the money.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. You
Big
know,
politicians.
they don't
I
make music fun anymore.
favor with them.
Yeah, it's speaking of, but it's also happening in hip hop as well. Because I was watching a hip hop channel this afternoon before I came on, right? And this guy was saying that he doesn't make microwave music anymore. He does. He said he can't make microwave music because he just can't get in the mood. Just put out a song that's put out a song for a couple of dollars. He has to actually give something that the fans would like, and I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that kind of artisan. You know, I appreciate that. And that's why what we're doing with Tropic Spin for Caribbean Magazine Plus is really important because we want to bring out all these artists wouldn't be played anywhere else. We want to make sure they have a platform to really showcase their talent and skills on the Tropic Spin Music and Song Competition. And even with getting our theme song for the Tropic Spin Music and Song Competition, last year's winner, who created our theme song for this, we had to, and she also did the music for LimeVibe as well too, actually. I had to tell her, say, listen, man, she gave me a sample before I got the real version, before I got the version I'm using now for the Tropic Spin, right? And I had to tell her, say, listen, my day, you have to speed it up, man. You have to make it more happy, more peppy, you know, because people are not going to listen to that kind of draggy, kind of droll kind of thing. People are not going to feel happy about it. So she gave me the most peppy, upbeat thing that she could find. And it sounds kind of childish, but at least it gets people up and excited about it, you know. Not that real kind of music. Yeah, so give us something happy, man. Let's be happy, man. That's why LimeVibe is what it is, you know, Kim. I very seriously tell you, I don't like to talk about politics that long, and all this barn stuff. I really don't want to, you know. I prefer you tell me about your day. I prefer to rant on about my day than rant about all that other heavy stuff, man. People don't want to have the night, Kim. People don't want to be bored to death with what's going on with these crazy coots, these politicians, and all this serious heavy stuff. They just came from work. And they right now settling down, probably eating their 2-piece from KFC. And they want to sit down, they want to have a nice chat with us. They want to hear about our day. They want to hear what's going on. They want to have something light, nothing too heavy. You know, this is something that's going to send them off to bed. They don't be thinking about all these stress and all this politics in their head in the night before they go to bed. They're dealing with their kids. They would come down, they want to have a 5-minute break with us, no, an hour break with us, and really put aside all that stress and that fear. Leave that stuff at work. They're going to go to work tomorrow morning, God willing, right? They want to hear something light, man. So that's why I created LimeVibes, to give people something in the evening to really, you know, gear down with, to really, you know, put themselves down to bed with, Kim. I think we're doing a good job with it too.
I think we try to. I mean, I know we cover a lot of the news that's happening in the region.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do need to have an understanding of what's really happening out there.
Yeah. If we got that happens in the meantime, yeah. But still, though, we could do it in a fun and exciting way without having people get so downtrodden before they go to bed in the night, though, Kim. I really believe that. It doesn't have to be all serious all the time, you know. Or else you wouldn't enjoy it, because you'll come to work all bored and all drolled out and all upset. And I don't want you upset. I want you happy. I want you upbeat and lively.
So right now, Trinidad is actually bracing for some really bad weather. We're under yellow level alert because we have a tropical wave that's coming. It looks really scary when you look at the satellite imagery. I think some ministers also put out a warning as well, because they will be affected by this tropical wave. It actually looks like a storm right outside of us.
Another hurricane?
No, it's a tropical wave.
Tropical wave?
It'll probably form into a tropical storm. But overnight, we are expected the advisory comes into effect. The alert comes into effect 10 o'clock tonight till tomorrow. So yeah, we're expecting some heavy rains. But we also have a fight against. We also have a fight against the Saharan dust. So that's another.
Oh, that's back again. The Saharan dust. You guys have been battling with that for you. How come the Saharan dust only hits Trinidad? How come it doesn't hit the rest of the Caribbean?
It does actually, but up to Antigua, I know I have friends in Antigua and they experience it because we're right. You know what are we? We're west of Africa, right? It's coming up. The winds, the way the winds traverse across the earth at that equator level, it is going to come toward us.
So while you guys don't get as much hurricanes, you guys get the Saharan dust. So I guess you got everything your way, right?
The Saharan dust actually helps prevent some storms from forming. And us at times, we've seen that it could have actually formed into hurricanes and caused more catastrophic damage to us. So we've been spared. Sometimes Saharan dust works in our favor, I guess, especially in the rainy season.
Did you hear the story behind the Saharan dust and these hurricanes that form off the west coast of Africa? They're saying that those are ancestor spirits. That
I've always
Yeah.
I'm not fond of the tale, but when you look at the world, I guess, I mean, when we look at the world and how it's made,
Mhm,
and we have the Atlantic Ocean across,
mhm.
things like that is bound to happen. We also
Yeah.
have storms happening in the Pacific as well. What are you going to blame? I know the Hawaiians and the blame those gods as well too, right?
Yeah, the Polynesians. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I guess it's something to really talk about, something to really make an excuse about for lack of any other kind of explanation or understanding. But even so, I mean, why us? Our aunts doesn't matter with us. We survived. They're supposed to be happy for us. You know?
Probably. With their family members.
Yeah, but still, we're over here. We're some of your descendants, the ones who died in the passage. So why are you upset with us? We made it.
I don't know.
Anyway, but then I also had the other story that it wasn't exactly the ancestors, it was the people practicing their voodoo and obeah in Africa, sending it back over here to us because they were upset that we were abducted or were taken from them. So it's actually people over there making the obeah and sending it over here to us. And that's really far fetched because obeah doesn't stretch across the Atlantic. Everyone knows that.
Doesn't stretch across the Atlantic.
No, it doesn't. Obeah doesn't stretch, man. You know,
Right.
it's just one of those things, But I guess that, I guess we have to be careful about it, Just gotta keep on watching the weather, One thing I'm really afraid about though, Kim, I'm afraid that we're gonna be hit with a tsunami one day or the other. That always plays in my mind. What happens if we get hit with a real heavy storm surge, a real tidal wave, a real tsunami? We wouldn't be able to take it, Kim, any Caribbean island. Because we heard about tsunamis in Asia, but my goodness, man, that's something to really think about, right? Tsunamis.
It is. I mean, we have gotten some tsunami alerts when earthquakes do strike, some really large ones.
Yeah.
I can't say, but we have experienced rough seas.
Mhm.
If you ever in my understanding, I know tsunamis are totally different. It's actually something tectonic and it pushes the waters inland, and we saw it happen in Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Trinidad, we have experienced some really terrible rough seas.
Mhm.
And I have my San Fernando Yacht Club, and I saw how the waters came into the club and it battered the jetties and it battered the dining area of the restaurant, which is right by the coast of the where the yacht club is.
Okay, okay.
And I saw what happened, and even right where my city is, San Fernando, we have the wharf. I saw what it did to the fishermen's boats, and it brought all this debris all the way up to the road, the street. And that's a good inline. If you know of my San Fernando Wharf, that's a good way in.
Oh, wow.
To see that, it happened across the island for a few days straight.
That's
Not
scary.
just one day. And we had terrible weather on top of it.
Mm.
It was something scary. And seeing it happening on our East Coast, where the Atlantic is open to the East Coast, it came in really far, going way past the plantations of the coconut trees along the coast of our East Coast.
Well, one question though, Kim, now that you talk about coconut trees, where exactly is the savannah?
Savannah is in Port of Spain.
Spain? Okay, okay.
Right, so that's in our capital city.
You gotta take some pictures of that, because I can't even conceptualize what a savannah really is. I could just picture it with just grassland.
So it's a big round field, right? You have to drive around it. It's so huge. There are many trees there. There's a walking lane around the perimeter of the savannah. Apart from that, you can drive around the savannah. They've got restaurants. We have something called Magnificent 7, which is a colonial style buildings. It's like castles. We have the Strollmeyer Castle. We have our White House, which is supposed to be the Prime Minister's official office, but he no longer uses there. They've got a different building for that.
Okay.
So we have several buildings there that are in line with each other. That are
the Prime Minister's official residence?
No, it's his official office.
But do you have a Prime Minister's official residence?
Yes, we actually do, which is Diplomatic Center.
Does he stay there?
He's supposed to, yes. Our prime ministers usually live there. It was something the Manning administration.
Okay, cool.
And it's not too far from the savannah, actually. It's not, it's a nook away. We've got the zoo, the Emperor Valley Zoo. We have, yeah, savannah is quite a good distance in circumference. It's below sea level because I can tell you that I see it. So
Okay.
they've got a part of the Queen's Park Savannah that has a stage for carnival.
Mhm.
It also has the
How do they keep the grounds if all these people are always traipsing in and out of them? How do they keep the ground so green?
no, well, you're not really allowed to go on the greens so much. You're allowed on the parameters where they've got the trees.
Oh, okay, I got you.
60 acres, and the parameter is about 3.5 kilometers. That's something you would probably jog around.
Okay. I got you.
Not that far. People actually do make a few how we call it. Yeah, they make their rounds around it every laps. They make a few laps around it quite comfortably, I believe.
Okay, that's cool. So I
Yeah.
guess Gutierrez is going to go to Savannah, eh? He's going to see the Savannah grass and
What's
sing.
that?
So I guess Secretary General Gutierrez is going to sing David Rhoda's song and go to Savannah grass tomorrow.
Perhaps. We actually had the 5K run on Saturday around the
Oh,
savannah.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of our events happen around there.
Mhm.
A lot of concerts happen. We actually have a place where they have street food and vending.
Mhm.
Food. People usually go there and get local cuisine.
Okay. So it's like a shopping area then.
It's like a liming spot. You know,
Mhm.
you want to go lime. It's a cool, nice afternoon there. Usually on Easter Sunday, we had kite flying competitions.
Mm.
So it's quite interesting that people with these humongous kites come and enormous come and stand them up in the air and they win, you know.
Can you fly a kite, Kim?
I have not done so in years.
Oh wow. I guess you and your father used to do that together, right?
Participate in those things.
Are you and your father, right?
Yeah, my dad would have, as a child, we would have gone kite flying quite often.
Okay. I've never done that. I'd like to give it a try though. I like to do it with my son when I have a chance, you know.
We actually made our kites at home because we used the coquier broomsticks. I don't know if you know about the coquier broom. It's a broom, hand broom made from the stems of the coconut leaves.
Yeah, we have those too. Yeah, they're cool.
So we actually make our kites from those. We match up the hexagon, we do a frame, and then we stick the kite paper, which is tissue paper, colored tissue
Really?
paper on it, and then we tie the string and make the tail and everything.
That's a real homemade kite, Kim.
Yeah, that's how we make our kites here in Trinidad.
Okay. Your father's very creative then.
My mom and my dad, everyone in Trinidad knows how to make a kite, I believe.
Really?
So it's part of your childhood.
Okay.
We actually make the flour and water paste if you don't have glue.
Okay, I got you. Kite flying wasn't a big thing in the Bahamas, maybe because we didn't have as much open spaces in Nassau. Maybe on the Family Islands, but I can't attest for the Family Islands, but definitely not in Nassau. You may find one or two people, flying a kite. It wasn't a big thing, We were more like marbles and roller skates, That was our pastime when I was growing up.
Pastime here in Trinidad was always cricket. We had kite flying, we had fishing, marbles as well.
Yeah.
Playing cards. Yeah. Playing chess. You have those tables and tiles like that. Yeah, that's been our pastime here in Trinidad. Cricket, mostly cricket. Cricket and football, which is soccer to you all.
Soccer, yeah. No rugby, right?
Yeah, we actually played rugby as well. So some people do play rugby.
Okay, that's cool.
Rugby is too rough. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, you afraid of getting broken in half, Kim?
It's really brutal.
Yeah, I know. I played in high school, but it was always kind of rough. I didn't like it myself, even though I like contact sports. It was just too rough for me,
Yeah, it is. I mean, when I think of rugby, I think of your American football.
Yeah. But at least that has more padding, right?
Yeah, that has padding compared to rugby. You're just basically in your shorts.
Yeah. But I always thought about snapping my neck when I run against somebody, Well, I was always one of the more bigger kids in high school anyway, so I always ran over everybody. But still, though, I didn't like getting hit and getting tackled because there's no insurance there. Once you get all hackled up and all injured, no one's going to really come to your defense and your help, man. You're gonna be crippled for life. I
Yeah.
realized that in the Bahamas at a young age. No one's coming to your aid. You broke your leg? Huh, good luck with that. You broke your neck? Really? You did? Ha ha ha. Good luck with that. No one's gonna come to your rescue. I realize that.
Really? That's sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of
someone has
course
to
it's sad. Oh, hell yeah. Of course it's sad.
take you to the hospital.
I mean, yeah, they take you to the hospital, but you're gonna be on your own. There's not gonna be any help for you. You have to survive and struggle the best way you can, We're not very disability friendly here, and that's the sad thing about the Bahamas. We're not very disability friendly. Now, even right now, we still have some buildings that don't have ramps for people with wheelchairs to get in. We still don't have that. And
We,
we
we
talk public building. We talking about government buildings that don't have that.
No, I think our government buildings and offices have become a little more friendly.
Mm.
According to the OSH Act, we've
Mm.
had to implement those things for being more inclusive. That's part of being inclusive.
Yeah,
Can-
we don't care. You crippled, you can't walk, you need a wheelchair. Well, tough luck. Find your way to get in. Let somebody carry you upstairs.
I was doing my master's. I was doing it at a school in Trinidad, and it was distance learning.
Mm.
I'd just done major surgery. My
Mm.
doctor told me you are not allowed to walk up the stairs.
Mm.
Can't walk with too much load, similar to what I'm going through right now, actually. And my dad used to accompany me, or my husband, my then boyfriend,
Mm.
would walk me up the stairs to the room. And I wrote a letter to the principal and the owner. I said, "You all are not friendly. I
Mhm.
just major surgery, and this is what I have to endure."
Mhm.
And I said, you all don't even have an elevator that is allowing me. This coming from a university. I came from a university that was very friendly to the handicapped, because I had classmates that were handicapped
Yeah.
in wheelchairs,
Mm.
and there was nothing stopping them from moving across the entire campus
Mhm. Mhm.
and going to an institution where they did not have a ramp, they did not have an elevator allowing you. And I told them something has to change, and they decided, oh well, for her sake, we're moving the entire classroom to the ground floor.
And I say they all that to you.
A serious worded letter, and I threatened reporting them and things.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. That's how people are, They don't see the bigger picture. Like, for example, when I was in my first college, the Bahamas Baptist Community College, it's through a side street off of a main thoroughfare called Prince Charles Drive. Well, that side street leads into a residential area, but across the street is where all the shopping plazas are, right? So you can imagine after school, we would like to go across the street and go to the plaza and get something to eat, get lunch, whatever it is, blah, 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 right? Go shop. So, but there was no crosswalk. So we had to wait for traffic to get across the street to the plaza. And so I lobbied to get a crosswalk for at least a full 2 years with the president. He said, you have to do this on your own. So I had to go to the Ministry of Works. I had to get all that done. They didn't put that crosswalk there. I found they have a crosswalk there now, but in my tenure there, they didn't put a crosswalk there. And I was like, why? How could you have this here with all these people coming from this college? And there was a high school attached to it as well. And there's no crosswalk going across the street to the main plaza. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't there be a crosswalk?
Sometimes it's just even putting zebra crossing,
Yeah, that's to me a zebra crossing. Yeah, that's what I call a crosswalk, a zebra crossing.
Because we actually have, the walkovers that,
Mm.
connects one end to the other.
Oh yeah, they have to be a certain length, right? Because all the trucks got to get underneath them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We can't have that because we can't have that because these trucks will destroy that, Kim. These trucks will destroy that. They'll run straight through those damn things.
The sad thing is that our people don't use the walkovers so much.
Because I guess they don't want to climb the stairs, right?
It's easier. Who wants to walk up so many flight of stairs when you can take a chance running across the road, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. That's our people for us right there. That's people.
That is, yeah, it is. It is people's nature, and because of them doing that, we have had continuous accidents,
Yeah.
fatal ones as well.
Yeah. So sad. Something. It's like we don't know what traffic is. We don't know how to take care of ourselves on the streets. I'm going to go into another round because guess what? What really ticks me off, what grinds my gears, It really gets me really ticked off when I see people getting out in front of a jitney out of a bus, a passenger bus, and getting out in the front of the bus instead of waiting for the bus to pass and walking behind the bus. Because if you walk out in front of the bus, you don't see the traffic coming from the other end. So if someone comes around the bus because the bus is stopped and overtaking the bus, and you walk out in front of the bus, you can't see the traffic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who are these people, Kim? Who are these people? These people are crazy. And then there's another thing that really pisses me off too. There are a lot of people who like to walk behind your vehicle while you're in reverse. Why would you walk behind a vehicle if it's in reverse? I can't see you. Then you're upset with me when I nearly knock you down. So how could you be so stupid? If you see me reversing, stop and wait for the car to finish reversing. Wait till I at least see you and acknowledge you before you walk behind my car. That show you how incredibly self-centered, self-absorbed some of these people are, Kim.
I had the experience last week. I swear it was all happening in one day. Not last week, but a few weeks ago. An old granny, an elderly lady, sorry to say, she was taking her blessed time and she saw us reversing and she refused to move or wait.
Yeah.
And then right after, someone else with their child. I'm not seeing your child. You know, your child is shorter than my bumper.
Exactly. Take care of yourself, man. These people, like my goodness, like they think we should stop for them, Kim. They think that we should be so into them, you know, that you're supposed to see me walking behind your car from the back of your head. This is me you're talking about. This is me. Watch me. Oh my goodness, these people are so retarded, Kim. I swear, Kim. I swear. These people have some real psychotic, you know, self-absorbed, grandiose thoughts about themselves, Kim. They're really out of it, Kim. I mean, my goodness, I get into an argument at least once a week with someone walking behind my car while I'm reversing. If you see the car in reverse, why are you walking behind the car? Don't be stupid. You're upset that I nearly hit you.
Yes. And then I was like, I'm supposed to have eyes behind my head.
Exactly.
For a child.
Take care of yourself, man. And I feel like such a nerd having to explain this, how to tell people to take care of themselves on the roads. But they need it, Kim. They don't hear it. And just as much as that, about 2 months ago, the same situation with the bus, someone crossing the bus from the front. There was an elderly lady I nearly ran over because she wanted to exit the bus from the front. First of all, the bus driver let her exit the bus from the front. Oh my goodness. And so I'm saying this lady right here, she has taught the next generation, her sons and her grandchildren are just as stupid as her. And so these are the people who are running our country. These are the people leading the next generation. I'm surprised she made that long for being so stupid. Why would you exit the bus from the front? You're a 70-plus-year-old woman. Why would you do that? Don't be stupid. And I hear someone, I was getting around the bus because we have a problem with jitneys here, Kim. They stop every 30 seconds. They stop in front of you and they block traffic up. So anytime you have a chance to get around one of these jitneys, these buses, these public buses, you take your chance to get out in front of them, right? So this one was stopped for a while. So I wasn't about to sit behind them in traffic, right? So I tried to get around it. And the lady from across the street, she was like, oh, Jesus. She thought I was going to hit the woman. But no, she stopped in time. And I was able to scoot around her, right? She better stop. So my car wasn't stopping, actually. She was lucky. It's like, I really didn't see her. And it would have been too late, Kim. It would have been too late.
And that's something I don't want to ever happen.
I don't want to happen either, Kim, but it would have been too late. Why was she doing that?
In Trinidad is that we have these people that have a tendency to run across 3 lanes of traffic on our highway.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
Russian roulette you're playing. You can never estimate the speed of a truck or a bus coming.
I know.
Yeah,
I won't be tripped.
We have 18-wheelers coming down stretch.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then you've got cars. I mean, what is wrong with you?
I know, they're crazy. One time I teased my ex-girlfriend one time. I was living in Miami. I said, I'm going to get out, something dropped out of the car. I'm going to get out in the middle of the highway, I-95 highway, and go look for it. She said, boy, you stupid. She was from New York. Said, boy, you stupid. You're going to get out in the I-95. I was only teasing her, right? I was going to get out in the middle of the highway, right? Because I know how dangerous it is, right?
It is.
My goodness.
They would run across 6 lanes of traffic because if you've got 3 lanes on the northbound and 3 lanes on the southbound, and you're deciding, hey, I'm going to run across it all, you know, you fool.
And like I'm saying, Kim, they're so self-absorbed, they're so stupid, right? They think that everybody's interested in them. They don't realize people just hit them just to hit them, not by accident. People just hit them just because they're having a bad day and I want to kill somebody. They don't realize, they think everyone just loves them. The car should stop for them.
The thing is, if you do something like that, you run the risk of having a 5-car, 10-car smash off.
Exactly. That's sure you don't care about nobody else but themselves.
In highway, you're coming down at speeds.
Exactly. They don't care about anybody but themselves, I got to get from over here and get wherever I got to get from. I got to get as hot doubles from across the street. So I'm going to run across 6 lanes of traffic. That's all they think about,
It's not too far. I know along our highways, it might be a distance, but it's safer if you take the walk over and you walk along the sides.
Yeah. That's why United States, they have jaywalking laws, That's why the US, they have jaywalking laws, so people don't do this kind of foolishness. When they see you jaywalking, they ticket you immediately because you can't be in your right mind. You're going to cause an accident like that, man. And you're going to cause decent people. You're going to cause decent people to get in trouble for you.
Lose your license,
Exactly.
you get demerit points on your license.
Yeah.
And apart from that, you're causing a lot of distress to someone who doesn't.
Exactly.
The thing is, in Trinidad, ever so often we hear deaths on the highway. Someone decided to cross.
Mhm.
It's one area, it's central.
Mhm.
In east, sometimes you get it in the east along a PBR where a public bus route is, where it's just the buses and the maxis running, and they run at speeds. And then that public PBR is often used for speeding security vehicles like your ambulances, your police and army, if you need to get to an emergency along the east-west corridor here in Trinidad. And ever so often, I swear, almost every 2 months, we hear of a major accident and a death along those roadways in Trinidad because of someone deciding to take that risk of running across.
Was it worth it? You have to ask yourself, was it worth it? And causing decent people to get in trouble. Decent people, man. Decent people get in trouble for them. Anyway, Kim, we're coming up towards the end of the show, man. Any final thoughts, man?
I just want everyone to reflect on what CARICOM really means to them. We celebrate 50 years. That's quite a milestone for us to be proud of.
Yes.
As a Caribbean region. I am for the integration movement. I have to be honest with myself because here I am from Trinidad making friends. I'm talking with someone from the Bahamas, and I have friends right throughout the region. We celebrate our Caribbean region with our magazine, Caribbean Magazine Plus, and LimeVibe here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes. The celebration of our achievements.
I think we really need to get beyond our bubble of our islands and really see that it has worked for us. We are able to travel to our neighbors' islands with our passports because of that. We don't need a visa. Yes.
But particularly the English-speaking Caribbean, because we're better than everybody else, right? only teasing you, Kim. No, we're no better than anybody else. The rest of the islands are just as favored as any other Caribbean island. Curacao, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is beautiful, actually. And they're playing a greater part inside our Caribbean activities than anybody else, more than Haiti.
But I know that the DR, they're not a member of CARICOM.
No, not yet.
They're part of CELAC. So, yeah.
But they are playing a very active role in the Caribbean Export Development Agency, though.
I understand, so.
Yeah. So we welcome the Dominican Republic anytime they want to join us, because it's a beautiful country, Kim. Beautiful country, especially northwest part of the Dominican Republic is beautiful. Punta Cana is absolutely gorgeous. I want to go back there. Yeah, I do. And the women are beautiful, Kim. The women are beautiful and they're friendly, very much so. But Kim, that's us, man. So I guess thank you for joining me again tonight. Thank you, bounce back from your illness, and you decided to stay strong with us and give us an update on what's going on with the CARICOM heads of government meeting. Thank you so much, Kim.
No problem. I'm trying my best here.
Yeah, you're staying strong, Kim. I enjoy that, man. You're staying strong. I really appreciate you for doing that. So we're signing off again from another LimeVibe Live podcast. And once again, if you have not done so, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook video. That's LimeVibe 77 on YouTube and Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us to get our message across the rest of the Caribbean, the rest of the world, actually, so people could see what we're doing out here in the Caribbean. And also, you're going to see a donate link in that same description. So whatever's in your heart to give to LimeVibe, please, we would appreciate it. If it's $1, we'd appreciate it. If it's $100, we'd appreciate it. To show us you appreciate our content. We're here live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. And we also have structured interviews as well on our Facebook and our YouTube page. So please, we have great content out there. So thank you once again. I'll see you once again on Wednesday, right, Kim?
I'll try my best. I know we have our closing ceremony on Wednesday. So
On Wednesday.
we actually have a press conference quite late,
Okay.
after this gather, and I'm hoping that they are able to wrap it up.
Okay. Well, you take care of that for sure, because I'm sure you're going to bring us the Caribbean Magazine Plus too.
Sure.
Right? So thank you once again, Kim. So good night from LimeVibe. We see you again on Wednesday, God willing.
Take care.